Hey fam, today we're here to talk about rage in perimenopause. I am in a lot of subreddits for women in our stage and phase of life. I've been looking online because I found myself being so effing angry at everything. And I'm usually like a really nice, chill person. I try not to take myself too seriously. Of course, we've all had our trauma and our drama when we were younger, and thanks to therapy and the help of some natural substances, I'm over all of that now. But as I found myself in the midst of Perry, things were setting me off. And I found out that I'm not the only one that's experiencing this sense of inner infernal rage that I can't seem to control no matter what I do. I'm sure that it's affecting my relationship with my partner. It's certainly affecting the way that I cope with things at work. And it's also just like messing with my sense of self because I've always thought of myself as like more of a nice, chill person who gets angry. Anger is healthy. We're not upset at anger in any way, shape, or form, but not someone that really had it bubbling under the surface so much. And I made a little Instagram, TikTok post and a shorts post about this, and I got a comment back from one of my really good friends. And one of the things she was saying is like, many women, especially brown women, we have pushed so much stuff underneath the surface, and all of us have been code switching our whole damn lives. We have had these masks on, and we have been playing these characters in life because we've had to adjust to a society that didn't accept us as we are. And I can certainly relate to that. I'm an Indian American woman. I grew up in the freaking southern United States where my whole sense of identity was so screwed up because people didn't even understand that there is such thing as being Indian. They used to ask me if I was black or white as a kid. Yay to growing up in the 80s in North Carolina. But uh, this idea that like all of us have been code switching and masking and trying to adjust to a life filled with patriarchy and racism. And I'm talking to my brown sisters here, and that's what this channel is for. And when those hormonal helpers are no longer there, honey, oh, honey, it's over. You can no longer filter yourself. You can no longer accept the things that you used to accept. And I want to read something out to you guys. Is a post that has 139 comments in the perimenopause subreddit on Reddit. So the title says, "Why does no one warn you about the rage?" I want to know that too. No one warned me about this. I just thought it was going to be, oh, you're not going to get your period anymore. Whew. It is way more than that. So OP writes, seriously, I've always been a bit short tempered, but for the last few years, I felt like I have an undercurrent of rage just simmering below the surface. Is it hormones? Is it being in my mid 40s, realizing that my time on earth is likely at least halfway over and being all out of F you know the rest of that word. I can't say that word because I want to try to monetize. Anyway, being all out of F's. Whatever it is, I'm over it. In some ways, it's liberating, but no one ever warned you about this. And OP comes back later and sort of says, thanks, ladies. I'm so sorry we're suffering, but it's such a relief to see that I'm not alone in this misery. 139 comments basically echoing the same thing. One of the respondents writes, I've never felt more seen. I'm I'm laughing out loud and crying at a restaurant eating lunch alone right now reading this. And there's so many people that have just hopped on this bandwagon. And I think the biggest question that's it's on here is sort of why didn't anyone warn us about anything? And this anger that's simmering inside of me and so many people that I know, I think we're over it. We're finally done. We're done with pretending, and we're not going to take it anymore. And we're no longer living in these echo chambers where you're unable to find out if other people are sharing the same experiences as you. You can go online, you can get on TikTok, and people are talking about this stuff. So yeah, of course, on this channel, we're going to make the content about the 10 ways that I upgraded myself into my 40s. I'll do all that for y'all. But in this video, I just need to address honestly that women in their 40s and in this stage of life who are in peri or at the end of peri, at the beginning of peri, we're not having it anymore. And I just want to know if y'all feel the same way. And like, even just talking about this, I got so excited to come on here and just talk to y'all because I feel it in myself. Like, I do not have time for people that don't care about me. I don't have time for social obligations where I'm not going to get anything out of it, or people aren't interested in deeply connecting on a human level. Like, we're no longer doing things out of obligation over here. I don't have time for jobs that don't respect my expertise, my value, or my genius. Like, no, if I'm gonna be giving my time to some body of work, you need to understand that I'm coming correct. Like, I'm gonna say it with my chest, and if you don't understand what I'm saying with my chest, then we can no longer be friends. And I think, lastly, I don't have time for any sort of thing that's going to knock me off my path of personal growth and self acceptance. Like, we're done feeling bad. We're done beating ourselves up. We're done talking down to ourselves. And if I have to engage with any of those things, the rage comes out. So, sharing this with you, fam. If you're still figuring it out like me, are you still figuring out rage and why it's happening to you? Let's chat in the comments. I want to talk about it. We'll riff off the comments and these conversations. We'll make more videos. Y'all can come on this channel. We'll do a whole bunch of stuff together. But it's Friday here. It's a Friday night. I just logged off from work, and this has been bubbling under the surface for me. And so I wanted to come on here and chat with y'all. Anyway, see you on the flip side. Thanks so much for hanging with me. I'll talk to you soon.